find the quotient q of x of the quartic function m of x equals 32x to the fourth minus 360x cubed plus 1428x squared minus 2254x plus 1029, and the linear function n of x equals 4x minus 3 with the synthetic division method. Use the divisor to identify a zero from the linear function. Divide the resulting coefficients if necessary, and determine if the quotient is a polynomial function. Okay, so first let's find the 0 from the divisor, which is 4x minus 3. So we want to know, to find the 0, when is 4x minus 3 equal to 0? And so we can go ahead and solve for x, first adding 3 on each side. So we get 4x equals 0 plus 3, which is 3. And then isolating x, dividing by 4 on each side, we get x equals 3/4. And we can also write this in decimal form, 75/100. Doesn't matter which one. I'll just use the decimal form here for synthetic division. So now to get the numbers at the top for synthetic division, we need to use the coefficients from the x powers in descending order. So notice here that we have x to the fourth, x cubed, x squared, x, and no x. So we don't have any missing x powers, and they do go in descending order. So we can go ahead and use 32 for the first, negative 360, positive 1428, negative 2254, and 1029. Just put them at the top here. Now we can go ahead and follow the method, first dropping down the first number, 32, and then we'll multiply by our 0, 75/100. So 32 times 75/100 gives us 24, and then adding negative 360 plus 24, we get negative 336, and then multiplying by 75/100, we get negative 252. And then adding to 1428, we get 1176. And then again, multiplying by 75/100, we get 882. Again, I'm just doing these with a calculator, mostly multiplication and addition. And then adding with negative 2254, we get negative 1372. And lastly, multiplying by 75/100, we get negative 1029. And then we have a matching here at the end. So those added together will equal 0. And so that is a good sign. That means that we don't have a remainder. And so we can say right now that this will be a polynomial function. And we do need one more step though. Notice that when we divide out by 75/100, that's the same thing as dividing out by x minus 75/100. And that's not the same thing as 4x minus 3. And so we need to recognize x minus 75/100 is only the same thing as 4x minus 3 if we multiply it by 4. Since these are equivalent, then we've divided by the 75/100, but we still need to divide by the 4 and this coefficient here. And so we need to go ahead and divide all of our terms by 4. And so doing that, then we get 32 divided by 4 is 8. Negative 336 divided by 4 is negative 84. 1176 divided by 4 is 294. And negative 1372 divided by 4 is negative 343. And so now we can use that to put in front of our coefficients. And so since we started with a quartic and divided by a linear, then we're going to go to the next lower power. So it should be a cubic, 8x cubed minus 84x squared plus 294x minus 343. And that should be our new polynomial function. So let's go ahead and summarize our answer. The 0 is 3/4. The quotient is q of x equals x cubed minus 84x squared plus 294x minus 343 after dividing the bottom row of the synthetic division table by 4, and it is a cubic polynomial function.